Hello and welcome back to another certified OG chefing video. The German Autobahn is every car guy's wet dream. You can go as fast as you want without having to worry about any fines. In today's video, we're taking my RS4 B5 onto this magical place in honor of one of the internet's most iconic car guy videos, which is... Was ist das, so ein Kombi? This video gave the RS4 legend status on the German Autobahn. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Hello and welcome back. Home sweet home, the OG chefing garage, the old one. And yeah, you can probably already imagine by the title of the video, we're taking my RS4 B5 finally to the German Autobahn. Back when I bought this car for the first time, it was really high up on my bucket list. You know, these cars, they're really well known for like driving on the Autobahn because that's like what they were kind of built for. And yeah, that's the whole point of this video today. We're gonna take my RS4 B5 to the German Autobahn and that's it.
Nothing else?
Gar nichts. Oder gibt's noch irgendwas?
Schau mal.
Gibt's noch irgendwas, Mani?
Weiß ich nicht. Vielleicht nehmen wir mal 2 RS4 B5 auf die Autobahn.
Yeah, because, was hat's gegeben?
Wasserbatzt.
Mani actually followed my footsteps. After all winter sitting in my RS4 B5 and driving it to Finland, Mani was convinced enough to also buy an RS4 B5 for himself. And it's probably one of the cleanest RS4 B5s I have seen. I actually picked it up actually 4 days ago. 4 days ago Mani picked it up. So we're taking both RS4 B5s for a sprint today. And we're gonna see just how good they really are. Also there's one more thing that I want to test later on. It's supposed to rain really quick, I think, here in the mountains at least. So we're gonna do a little detour first because I kind of want to see if my B5 slides in the rain, because I kind of have a feeling with the welded differential, because we still have it inside, that this car might actually be able to go sideways. Not so bad, but yeah. First things first, let's jump into those. Zeig mir erstmal her, mal. So fängt es mal an. Warte, ich hol schnell meinen aussehen. Ich stehe beide nebeneinander. Bit nervous. This is actually the first time ever in a video that you see one of Mani's cars, except for the April special that we did last year. By the way, don't ask me what's up with Joy's Lambo. This car is still here. I didn't hear anything from Joy. I didn't hear anything from One Life. I don't know anything about the car, but it's kind of getting annoying because I kind of need the space for my own cars. But whatever. Okay. Sotale. Good old RS4. I actually wanted to sell this car after the winter time because I thought I'm only gonna keep it for the winter, but I have to say that I kind of like this car way more than I thought I would.
Hey, ohne Scheiß, die schaut so geil aus.
Twinning oder was?
Ja. Der Doxinger fährt noch mit dem Gelben, nochmal die Deutschlandfahne.
They are really probably the most beautiful Audis that they've ever built. Da mit dem Klettverschluss hast du aber gesagt, guck mal, They are probably the most beautiful Audis ever built, in my opinion. They look just so aggressive. It's really hard to take proper pictures of the cars because they always look like normal A4s or A3s in pictures, especially the black one. Yeah. But in the video, I think you can kind of tell just how beefy and how wide they are. If you're from America, you never got those in America, which RIP to you, because they are indeed pretty cool cars. 6-cylinder B-Turbo. Auf mal der Carbon haben, dein Motor haben, weil deiner schaut richtig schön aus im Vergleich zu meinem. Mani has some A8 wheels right now. This is how I... S8, sorry.
Do you know the movie Transporter?
Der hat auch so viel gehabt, oder was? Yeah. And the cool thing about these cars is that they can, engine looks really, really beautiful. Mani has the carbon covers, which mine kind of doesn't have for some reason. But apart from that, they're pretty much identical. I only have a bit of a different software and I have no lift shift, which is going to be a lot of fun on the Autobahn, I think. But apart from that, both of them are pretty much stock, but they actually make quite a decent amount of horsepower. So I think like 450 horsepower, that's what we should have in both cars. Yeah. So for the Autobahn, it should be more than enough, especially considering how light and how old these cars are. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but the reason why these cars are famous is basically because of the Wörthersee meet. Everybody had one of them back then at the times, and they are great cars. The engines, they have so much potential, although they can be a bit shitty to work on because you mostly have to remove the engine for everything that you have to do. But apart from that, pretty cool cars. All-wheel drive, so quattro, 6-cylinder B-Turbo, 2.7 liters.
2.7, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Das schaut echt schön aus.
That's cool. The only thing is, it's not cleaned. It's a little bit dirty, but a few days ago I picked it up from a friend of mine, Daniel Plätzer. He ceramic versiegeled everything, so should be no pain in the ass to wash it.
Ja, ich glaube, heute haben wir Gaudi. Mein Auspuff ist ein bisschen schief noch vom Winter. Anyway, I would say let's jump in the car. Let's just cruise along a little bit to enjoy both cars to its full potential and then test out my RS4, see if it goes sideways and then go to the Autobahn. I think it's a pretty solid plan for the day. Oh yeah, also really quick before I forget it. I now have different wheels for the summertime. Typical RS4 B5 starter pack, I have 19-inch OZ Futura. Ultraleggera. Entschuldigung. OZ Ultraleggera, which is basically every RS4 B5 in Europe has these wheels. But I kind of understand why, because they just fit the car so perfectly and the fitment is actually insane in the front and the rear with mine. And also both these cars have the B7 brakes, which is also like the
car is completely the same. Mine is black and yours is red.
Yeah.
And
B7, B5 Starterpaket.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's jump in the cars and enjoy the beautiful day today. Yeah, we're doing a quick little pit stop at our friend's Patrick's house because he bought some new Audis once again, and I'll check them out really quick. I have to say, it feels a bit weird to make a trip with Mani and Mani not being in the passenger side, but yeah, it's good to see him happy in his RS4 B5. So let's see really quick what Patrick has for us, and then we'll continue on the journey. Alter, das für Vieh. Wie ich bin. Servus. Ich bin Mani, was ist das? Schau mal. Ich hab gerade im Video gesagt, dass der Doxinger so viele neue Audis hat. Ja, wo sind die ganzen RS2 da? Ich glaube, ich bin. Das gibt's ja nicht. Alter.
Ja, nur wenn auf hier.
Das gibt's echt nicht. Ist echt alles weg. Yeah. This guy had like 4 RS2s and the yellow RS4 B5, which you saw in the last video already, and his red RS2 and everything. I fully expected to come in here with like the whole garage packed of Audis, and all that's left is just Mani's A4.
He's driving it daily right now.
Tweet dafür. Dann fahren wir halt weiter. Alright, we are back on track. That was a short break, but we now have Patrick with us. So he's in Mani's car. Mani's first time ever driving his car properly, and it kind of started to rain a little bit. So that's a bit unfortunate, but whatever. Just cruising with both RS4s up this lovely little mountain road. Later on, I think I have to put Mani in the passenger seat, and we're gonna have to see how this thing actually goes sideways, or if it even goes sideways. I don't really know. We'll have to see about that, I guess. But just like this, it's actually pretty nice, pretty chill drive. Sehr interessanter Parkplatz. Da könnte man eigentlich fast was probieren. Soll ich da mal kurz was probieren? Ja. Let's see if this thing actually can do donuts. Like I said, we still have the welded differential. I was not planning to go here. Ich hoffe, ich stehe jetzt nicht alles ab. Because I don't know how these cars actually handle donuts, or if they even handle it that well. Okay, that actually worked way better than expected, to be honest. Ey, dass das funktioniert, hätte ich mir jetzt nicht gedacht.
Hey, hast du keinen Tankdeckel? Bei dir ist der komplette Spritband.
Ach so, schauen wir mal.
Ja. Da ist alles voll Sprit. Und der raucht da nicht. Ah ja, schau, da ist kein Tankdeckel.
Leichter mehr.
Wo man mit einem Tankdeckel. Werfen wir hier den Chick und schauen wir, ob es brennt.
Es geht auch richtig gut, Alter.
Wo hast du gedankt?
Heute nirgends, aber wo ich die besucht habe, habe ich mal gedankt.
Ah!
Werde es am Dach liegen ablassen. Hast du noch einen Tankdeckel? Ja, fahren wir ein bisschen gemütlicher bis wir einen Tankdeckel haben wir mal. Aber andere Richtung müsste eigentlich passen, oder?
Die Richtung geht gut.
Ja, dann mache ich nochmal. That was pretty wild. You have to force this car a lot to go sideways. I have to tell you guys the truth. It doesn't really like it. Great car, but even better car for the winter. I have to say that. Okay, let's see how Mani enjoys his RS4 B5. I'm gonna follow him a little bit, gonna drive a bit more chill, and then, like I said, Mani jumps in the passenger seat, and we will see what we can do with my B5. Just really understeers a lot. I have to say, in black it does really look good, and it fits Mani so well. Mani always had black cars ever since I knew him, except for his VR6 Turbo. It's so nice to chase this car. Just enjoy the scenery a little bit.
Try your luck, cause I'm daring ya. Motorgrass ambassador, snuckin' with the Derringer. I'm dead wrong, shoot your cameraman on camera. Money long came at me, wrong fire my manager. Lamb truck to a vert for the tarantula. Baby girl just made a wish, but I didn't even answer her. Big booty bro, keep popping it, and I'm not even dancing up. If you was sick, but I know that you see it. Fresh as hot fire, human being. I love the soda like Helen Keen. I need a candy, I'm lean. Ice on my wrist, I got scars on my body, got me. Roll with the chest, they got knock off your beanie. Break with the photo, and sell them the wall. The follow too hard, she said that it's swollen. Back it up, I got the truck, I'm the
Siehst du, ist das
Snake?
Snake?
Ja, ich bin Snake.
What the f***, mit was spielst du?
Ja, mit den Tasten.
Wieso gut ist deiner? Doktor!
Ja, Vollgas, mir ist echt so nett. Wie sagst du?
Schlecht ist nicht.
Ja. Ich fahre mit einem Auto, du fährst mit einem Auto, ist mal ganz was Neues. Dax hat schon gesagt, da sollte man durchdriften. Zwischen den Dings.
Da geht er hin.
Da geht er hin. Aber ich muss erst ein bisschen reinkommen. Also,
Ist so, wie es das dir fixed hast immer.
es ist noch aber ein bisschen surreal, muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen. Ungewohnt ist es halt, wenn du in die Garagen runtergehst und hast eigentlich ein Traumauto da stehen. Das ist schon cool.
I guess enough cruising around. Let's
Yeah.
see how my RS4 drives in the wet. Gonna hit some mountain roads. I really want to see if the RS4 drives as good as it does without the snow on the road, because with the snow on the road it was amazing. I really love this car, and this will kind of determine if I will keep the car or not.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is my first time that I ever drive the car normally, so like with no snow, nothing on the road. This is the first time I drove this RS4 like this, except for the whole like 10 hours when we drove it back from France. But you can't really count that, I guess. So me and Mani are gonna hop in the car really quick. We're gonna find out how it is to drive, because I kind of have a feeling it's gonna be a bit
Sketchy.
but yeah, we'll see. I also want to see like just how the car steers and everything, and just how it drives really, because I've never really tested it properly. And then later on gonna go to the Autobahn, the German Autobahn with the German RS4.
It's German.
Autobahn killer, king of the Autobahn, really. RS4 B5, probably one of the most legendary videos on the Autobahn, with the black RS4 like absolutely smoking the Porsche.
Ach komm, der Terror. Wo geht einfach an uns vorbei? Was ist das für ein Kombi?
We'll see how that goes today. We have to try something really quick. Be right back.
Alter, da hat so eine Dusche. Das ist so rass.
Alright, we are back. Mani is back in his car. It's still raining a little bit, but not too bad. So I think we should be good for some Autobahn pulls. I'll have to see how the traffic is and everything. If it's too much traffic, we're just gonna go eat, and then we're gonna do the pulls in the night time, which might even be a bit cooler, because then you can see the flames. But we'll see how that goes. Turbos are pretty loud on my RS4, I have to say. I don't know if you hear it in the video, but inside the car it's not so bad actually. This is the famous sign. I hope you can see it. Ah. This car is actually way faster than I thought. Or I was just so focused on shifting, but that was a pretty easy 230 pull. With no hesitation, nothing. The car just keeps on pulling. So nice. Let's do one more for good measure. I need to work on my shifting a little bit. No lift shifting is very, I don't know, very counterintuitive. I don't really like it that much. It produces huge flames out the exhaust, but it's just so counterintuitive to let your right foot stay on the gas for such a long time while shifting. Mani's having a good time as well. First time on the Autobahn with this RS4 as well. These cars do sound really, really good. Mine has a pretty weird exhaust. Okay, I love this moment right now. Me and Mani, just two homies cruising with their RS4 B5s on the German Autobahn. What better feeling could there be? Mani fits into the RS4 so perfectly, it's insane. Pretty weird thing right now. My car tells me that I have full amounts of fuel in my car, but I never filled it up. And you saw how much I lost when I did the donuts. So I think we have an issue right here. I should probably go to the gas station and refill my car really quick. Mani's car is pretty much stock, so there's no need for him to do any like crazy pulls. But I have to say, it just looks incredibly good rolling down next to me. And it's a good feeling for him as well. Sitting in the car, getting to know it a little bit more. It's always nice doing the first ride with the car. Now we also have good weather again. But yeah, for my taste it's a bit too much traffic, so I think we're just gonna go chill really quick, eat something, find my fuel cap or whatever, and then we're gonna take out my RS4 again. I think we're gonna leave Mani's because, like I said, it's pretty much stock. It doesn't have no lift shift or anything, no crazy exhaust, so we're just gonna drive together with my RS4 and do a couple of pulls, a couple of runs, see how this thing goes on the Autobahn, see how it drives, how it handles the high speeds and everything, see if everything's okay, get some outside shots, and then we should be good to go. So see you guys in a bit. Perfekt. Passt, weiter geht's. Alright, we made it a bit further down into the mountains. I hope you guys can understand me, but I think for some reason the car is now incredibly loud. I think the exhaust broke or something. We're gonna test out here if this car wants to slide or not. Obviously RS4 B5, it's an Audi. Audis are known to understeer a lot. So for me today it's gonna be quite interesting to see how this will work. If this will even go sideways or if it will just understeer completely through the corner. Because like I already said, this is my first time that I ever drive this car in normal conditions. So the other times I've driven it, it was always like snowing. I don't really know how this is gonna go today, but we're gonna find out. I think the best shot I will have at getting this car sideways is if I do it like if I would pretend that this car would be an Evo. With the Evos it's pretty easy, you just pull the handbrake on hair needle pins, on hair needle corners, hairpin corners, sorry. Hairpin corners, and the car will easily slide. So maybe with the RS4 we're gonna have the same amount of luck, or like the same amount of technique or whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna shut up and drive now. I'm a bit nervous, so I'm talking shit, but shut up.
Das geht gut.
Besser als wir gedacht haben.
Das geht echt gut. Feilt's mir. Na, warte. Was ist jetzt?
that actually worked pretty well. So I'm actually very surprised how well this worked. I think because of the locking rear differential, like the locking rear differential, that's the only reason why this worked so well. But I have to say, with an Evo, it feels a bit smoother than with the RS4. So we're gonna continue testing and researching, because actually that was quite fun. The first one caught me a bit off guard, but it's pretty slippery here as well.
Die Uhrzeit unten der Jella testen, wie die so. Und die Seitenwand sagst. Ah, jetzt bist du übermütig.
Wird spaßen. Ja, es ist fast ein bisschen sehr rutschig, muss ich sagen.
Ja, aber geil.
Ja, voll. Das ist beim ersten gar nicht so okay. Es hat sicher schon mal bessere Autos zum Driften gegeben als ein RS4 B5, aber mich macht es eigentlich ziemlich happy, dass es gar nicht so schlecht funktioniert.
Ja.
Driften.
Sliden.
Sliden, ja. Es ist schon sehr ungültig.
Oh, voll.
Unberechenbar.
Da ist es nicht. Zweiter mag ich nicht.
Zweiter mag ich nicht, ne? So you have to be in first gear and it has to be a pretty sharp corner, but then it works actually not so bad. Suspension is actually pretty good in this car. Quite surprised. Es fühlt sich ein bisschen an wie der Evo im Winter, nur halt.
Ja, ganz komisch.
It feels honestly very sketchy. I don't really like it that much, to be honest. It worked not so bad in the beginning, but after a few tries I really have to say it's just probably the best to go to the Autobahn straight away. So yeah, this kind of concludes our little experiment, if the RS4 B5 wants to slide or not. It does work, honestly, pretty much just how I expected it to work. It works on like the hairpin corners a little bit, but it doesn't really look like it's having fun, the car. I don't know. We tried it downhill as well. Downhill it was even worse because the car just understeered the shit. So I think it would be just best to conclude this experiment and drive to the Autobahn, where this thing eventually belongs. I mean, this car is just built for one thing and one thing only. And this is going in a straight line on the German highway. German Autobahn.
Yes.
German highway, whatever you want to call it. So let's teleport there and then we'll see. Mani, RS4, German Autobahn.
So dort da. Schnell. Ja, nicht schlecht.
Ich muss sagen, ich hätte mir nicht gedacht, dass das so leicht geht.
Ja.
Auto.
Ja.
Und we hit the magic number.
Yeah.
And there was still room for more. I don't know how much room there was, but that was not the limit of this car. And this car is like pretty original. That honestly is
quite impressive, yeah.
I did not expect it to hit 300. Really.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna max out at like 290 or something. But 300 is insane.
Yeah.
I have to say the no-lift shifting is a bit tricky, really. Because I always fry my clutch for some reason. You have to do it like really quickly.
Yeah.
And you have to get the shifting and everything right. And it's, like I said before, it's so counterintuitive to do it, but it sounds cool. But the car itself, honestly, it feels really, really good to drive this car fast on the Autobahn.
Yeah.
There's no wiggle room, nothing. Everything's just going straight in a perfectly straight line. Nothing's rattling. It doesn't feel unsafe at all. It's just, yeah, we all know this car is days, and today here you can see it. The thing that Audi RS models do the best is just drive on the Autobahn, really.
Yeah.
And this car is pretty much, I think where it all like really started was die RS4 B5. So
Ja.
ja. Also ich bin ein bisschen fasziniert gerade.
Fasziniert.
Das ist so gut funktioniert. This car is 25 years old.
Yeah.
And it, like this, it goes to 300 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel unsafe. It's not.
No, nothing.
It's really, really good. Really. As shitty as this car might be to drive or to drift on a wet road, it worked amazingly well here at the Autobahn. And this is, like I said, this is where the car feels at home. This is where it belongs. So let's do a couple more holes.
You know, for me it's cool because in the winter time you have so much fun, and now at the summertime you can have fun on the Autobahn also.
Yeah. Only thing missing right now is a Porsche trying to get away from us.
Yeah.
Then we can recreate some good old video.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna fill up the car really quick because my fuel gauge is not working. I have no idea how much fuel I have left, and we did lose quite some fuel. Maybe not.
Yeah.
We don't know. So yeah, let's get that going, and then we're gonna get a few more shots, whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Runs.
Runs.
Was ist auf das?
Boah, das ist auf der Autobahn fährt, Mann.
Ist das nicht der Gag-Collector?
Good speed stop. Bro, it's insane that this car, 25 years old, this car does not look like it should be driving 300 plus km per hour. So, diesmal vergiss ihn aber nicht. Racing, jetzt geht er noch besser. Wir haben nämlich davon 95 drin gehabt.
Dann war es mutig rein.
No, look at this car. Do you think that this car should... Emil, ich geht nicht. Do you think that this car is supposed to go 300 km per hour? Because I most certainly do not think. If you would be a normal person and you would be looking at it, you would be, it's like a... You would not be thinking that this car is capable of reaching those tremendous speeds. Oh my god, it looks actually so beautiful right now with the sky in the back. But yeah, we just did it. We just proved you guys. That is crazy. The Audi engineers really knew what they were doing back in the 2000s when they built this car. Because this is an absolute weapon. I love just how precise and how nonchalant this car goes.
What?
Das ist ein geiles Wort. Ich bin jetzt gerade das Wort ja, ohne Probleme fährt die Sau einfach
Was heißt auf Nonchalant?
nonchalant.
Was
Ja, so
ist das?
aus dem Nichts heraus. No issues, 300 kilometers per hour. And you can easily pack your whole family into the car, pack the bags and everything. The only thing which I hate about the RS4, really quick, I have to show you about the whole packing your family into the car. You have no legroom in the back for some reason. I don't know why. I thought this car is going to be huge on the inside, but it's actually pretty small. Kind of feels like you're sitting in an E46. But anyway, in theory, you could pack your whole family and the suitcases and everything in the back in the 2000s and then drive 300 kilometers per hour on the Autobahn to vacation or wherever you're going, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's finish what we started. Die Schüttel ist Römer.
Oh yeah.
Das ist genau unser Schüttel.
Wir sind so schnell.
Das geht so gut.
Ja.
Es ist so geschmeidig.
Ja.
Ohne Scheiß.
Das einzige, du merkst, ist bei den Seitenscheiben, dass wir 300 fahren.
Das ist richtig vibriert.
Ja, genau. Aber sonst.
Ohne Probleme. The only thing, the engine kind of sounds a bit like it's...
Ja, not healthy.
Na, aber so
Also so
so
wanken.
nörglerisch klingt der irgendwie.
Nörglerisch. Das da ist.
Ja, wir probieren no choice. Apart from that, I mean, it's just small stuff, you know. It's just the mirrors and everything. Everything starts to shake a little bit at like 270, 280. But apart from that, it's not too bad, really.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, we're driving in a 25 25-year-old car. We have like what, 450 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's not the most aerodynamic car, so I'm actually really surprised how well this thing actually works. I think if you would push it for long enough with a little bit of backwind and a little bit downhill, I think it would probably go to like 310, 315,
yeah,
maybe like that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Or imagine picking your car up in like 2001.
Oh yeah.
Driving to vacation like 315 kilometers per hour. Stock RS4 It's crazy.
Yeah.
Stockish. We have a little bit of tune in the car. Not too much, like 450, 470 horsepower, like 500 newton-meters of torque.
Yeah, but it's bulletproof. So
yeah, bulletproof.
It's not the most extreme software, it's only reliable.
Yeah.
Ja, jetzt haben wir mal ein paar Außenaufnahmen anschauen müssen, oder?
So, Mani is prepared. Placed Mani on the bridge. Let's see if we can get him some nice outside shots really quick. I think that was pretty good. Pretty solid run here. Still not really what the car can do, still not the limit, but I think it sounded pretty nice, I hope at least. I don't know, inside it sounds so silent, but on the outside it's actually pretty loud, I think. Such a weird raspy sound to it. I've never really heard a car sound like this before. I think it's just... I don't know, it's just, this sound is very unique to the RS4, and it's like what these cars are typically known for. It's just this very high pitched, but it's also kind of soft sounding, but then it gets a bit raspy. I don't know, very interesting sound. I like it, but I get that it's not every person's like cup of tea, so to say. You hear the turbos so loud, although they are stock turbos, which is crazy as well. I don't know if you can really hear it on the video, but in real life you do hear them quite a lot. Okay, ignore the check engine light. Okay, let's give Mani a few no-lift shifts. But the funny thing is, the light just fixed itself through the no-lift shift. We now have no more failure in the lights anymore. As you can see, the error message went away for some reason. I love this car. It sounds good, it looks good. And I love the way how it pops and bangs. I know it might be a bit too much for some people, but this is just really what these cars... Okay, it's a little. This is just really what these cars are known for and what they do the best. Like no-lift shifting, launch control, all this type of stuff. Typically Audi RS4 V5 behavior.
Schlecht ist nicht?
Nicht.
Ja, wo ist der Launcher? Das ist Launcherplatz.